All right, let's talk about the Jaguars. That was Saturday night's game, but they did the unthinkable, the incomprehensible. One of the few teams in the AFC that I thought entering the season had no chance to make it. It was the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Texans. Well, for the second straight year, one of the three teams that I thought had no chance to make the playoffs in the AFC did. Last year it was the Bengals. This year it's the Jaguars. And kudos to them because they just were sluggish. They started great, 2-0. They were up 14 points week 3 at Philly, and then it all fell apart. The turning point came in London when they lost to the Broncos. That's when Trevor Lawrence decided, if I'm ever going to turn my life around in the NFL, I need to do it now. And, I'm surprised the game was as close as it was. And it took this Josh Allen touchdown return. Rayshon Jenkins, the hero of the Cowboys game with the pick six, hits Josh Dobbs. It should have been more than 20-16, but they still got the win. And they advance, and they get to host the Chargers in what should be a very compelling game between two young quarterbacks that are trying to elevate into the top of the sport stratosphere, Myles.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I'm surprised that this isn't, the usual AFC South Memorial 4:30 Saturday game, but it's not. It's actually in primetime on NBC and Peacock. So, everybody make sure you tune into that one. It should be a really good game.
Wow, well, you earned your paychecks for the
young
week.
Quarterbacks. Yeah. Hey, man, I got to do something, right? But you know what? These two quarterbacks, I think, should be really good. And you got to give some kind of credit to Mike Vrabel, right, for just having his team as ready to play as it could possibly be. They sort of punted that game that they had against the Dallas Cowboys, but Josh Dobbs, he played, I mean, as well as anybody could have asked, probably, and yeah, he fumbled at the end of the game, and that's never good. But that team with the Titans, I mean, their offensive personnel became an absolute mess. You don't have the kind of horses that you really need in order to compete with the top dogs in the AFC now. And so you have a quarterback in Trevor Lawrence that we now know can get it done. And he has been able to get it done in the back half of the season with Doug Peterson. And I'm really interested to see what this is going to be like between the Jags and Chargers.
The Titans last won a game November 17, I believe it was, the Thursday before Thanksgiving, Lambeau Field. And that was the night that Todd Downing got the DUI, and it was clear that he was drinking either on the plane back from Wisconsin or the bus from the airport to the team facility or both. And it just kind of fell apart after that. But Mike Vrabel, one of the best coaches in the NFL, and to the extent that there would be a decision made by ownership in Nashville to move on from Mike Vrabel, he gets thrust into the mix of guys. Hey, that's it. You know what? If the Broncos are going to make phone calls, I'd call Amy Adams Strunk too. If she's thinking about it and maybe is inclined to keep him, if you're willing to offer something, maybe it may be worth the phone call. Do what the Commanders did last year. Call every team.
Right.
They did it to ask about quarterback. Call every team and ask about whether or not they're interested in giving up their head coach, except for the teams that you think are going to fire them. Like, don't call the Cardinals. Call every other team except the Cardinals.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.